Hi there, folks. It's me, Michael Bach, your diversity dude. It's time for another episode of Monday Morning Musings, and it is Tuesday. Whatever, it was a long weekend. What do you want me to do? I hope you had a fabulous long weekend. Happy Victoria Day. No one's quite sure why we still have Victoria Day, but moving on. Yay, colonialism. I want to talk about something that's been on my mind over the past couple weeks, and it actually ties back to my musing from last week, and that is racism. So something happened in one of our community of practice events in the past few weeks. And I'm not going to say which one because, whatever, it's rude. I don't want to call anybody out. But we're doing these community of practice events called Navigating Race in the Canadian Workplace. And it's a great conversation about race and ethnicity and identity. And our team members who put it together have done a brilliant job. I mean, an absolutely brilliant job of coordinating and putting together really valuable content, not coordinating like the event, but like the actual content. And I mean, we're really getting amazing reviews about this, and we're hoping to put out some papers and research. But at one of the events a few weeks ago, and by the way, if you haven't attended one, we still have Halifax's today on the 22nd, St. John's and Moncton are tomorrow on the 23rd, 25th in Fredericton, 30th in Calgary, and 31st in Edmonton. And if you haven't registered, they're all sold out. But if you really want to go, drop me a note. I'll see if I can get you in. Anyway, at one of the community practices a few weeks ago, long story short, there were a group of white people who made the event about them. They challenged the concept that racism exists. They raised the ire of reverse racism. This was a group of people that I would say safely are feeling oppressed by the broader diversity and inclusion conversation. And there is a segment of white people, and we see this sort of violently coming out in the United States, less so in Canada, but we can't ignore that it exists, of white people who just feel threatened by the diversity and inclusion conversation, that feel like there's a chance that white people might cease to exist because of our low birth rates, because of mixed marriages, etc. And I want to say before I go on, I recognize that I'm a white guy talking about racism, and that irony is not left on me, but I'm a white guy with a platform, so I'm here to talk about it, not white-splain it. But what I wanted to say is that we as Canadians, and I'm talking to white Canadians now, first of all, get over ourselves, but we really need to be open to the conversation. We can't forget the past. It is not as simple as saying, well, that's the past and we'll look towards the future. You can't do that. We can't do that. White people colonized this country. White people are responsible for some of the worst atrocities this country has ever seen. We did that. Our forefathers did that. You can't ignore that. It doesn't just go away because you want it to. We need to shut our mouths and listen, and not make it about us, because it's not about us. As much as I am an ally of racialized people, I'm still a white guy. No one has ever stopped me on the street because they thought I looked suspicious, which really was their mistake. We need to talk more about racism in this country. And coming out of these community of practice events, I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to figure out how we talk more about racism in this country, because we need to have a dialogue about it. And I just want you to think about that, particularly as white people. Think about it. Acknowledge your privilege. Think about what it means to be able to walk down the street and walk into a store and do the things you do without ever having somebody stop you because of the color of your skin. Food for thought on a Tuesday morning. That's it for me. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to leave a comment, but don't curse. Please don't get wacky. It's just a civilized discussion, folks. Have a fabulous week. It's a short week. We're having Bloom here in Calgary on Thursday at the Hotel Arts. It's going to be a fantastic event where we will celebrate the Awards of Success winners for the Western Canadian region, which I will talk about on next Monday's Musing. Have a fabulous week, and we'll see you all next week for another episode of Monday Morning Musings.